So I get back to the office, turn on the computer. ESPN's in my face. I see Caitlin Clark on the thumbnail. I see Caitlin Clark in the title. Is Caitlin Clark the greatest of all time in college basketball? Of course I click. Let's break down the ESPN. I don't even know what to call this group right here, but we're going to break this down and let's just go. I got a lot to talk about. Let's go.
What does it take to become a college basketball legend? Well, first, you got to get buckets. I think that's pretty.
First, you got to get buckets. Caitlin Clark leads NCAA in all-time scoring. Goofy.
Undisputed. I think second, you got to be competitive. Have that fire.
You got to be competitive. Who else is more competitive than Caitlin Clark? There's a lot of girls who are competitive, but she marks two of those answers, right?
Five your teammates, right? Third, but certainly not least, you got to win. Yeah. And you got to win a lot, right?
You got to win a lot. What did Iowa do? What did Iowa do? They won a lot with Caitlin Clark. More than expected, right? They won a lot. And Iowa. Let's continue.
Nobody embodied those qualities more than Diana Taurasi, who just announced her retirement from the.
Not here for that. We're going to do a lot of skipping through this.
To ever exist. Now, just when we enter number one, right?
This is what I want to show you guys right here.
Thing about this whole argument with Diana is that she's probably not even the best college player from her own program. Oh! Testament to UConn.
I know where you're going.
Yeah, we have to go with Breanna Stewart. I'm sorry. The 4 championships, the 4 tournament most outstanding player awards. I just think the resume speaks for itself there.
Listen, when you.
So the first thing I want to talk about, right? They should have put college basketball teams. Top 5 women's college basketball teams. Because this couldn't be a player situation. Because championships are won with 5 players, not 1 player. So it should be a team, right? Shouldn't be a player. So you guys messed up on that. Because Diana Taurasi won those championships with a stacked roster. Most of these girls, imagine if Caitlin Clark went to UConn, South Carolina. We're talking about schools that have 5 stars and only 5 stars could get even recruited there. Let's continue.
You talk about Diana Taurasi in particular. Gino said she's the best winner of all time. I'm looking at the best winner of all time, Breanna Stewart. And
you can't win without a team. Skipping
100 wins, like as we would think around the like. I mean, let's not get crazy. Yeah. McDonald's All-Americans. Just like in one of the island.
Kia Nurse, pro
tournaments.
Just want to point that out to you guys.
And it's all
from her sophomore through time.
There's something else I really wanted to point out.
Basketball in March, and that's why she's a.
We start from 5.
Right here.
3-time Naismith Player of the Year, and
she put Cheryl Miller right here at the 5. My guy right here is going to put Caitlin Clark at the 5 and do a little swap. I want to show you guys something.
They're going to be in this top 5.
Maybe she's my goat.
Yeah,
my goat.
There you go.
I think something that's going to be in common for all of these players. Numbers are.
Here we go.
Ooh.
I'm just saying.
Now look how uncomfortable she gets right here. I don't even know this lady's name. Look how uncomfortable she gets when he does this.
Okay, well, Sam,
this is all food for thought.
So here's the thing.
Look, defensive mode. Here we go.
Here's the thing. Love Caitlin. Love how she's transcended the game. I'm not going to go away from that. But in the open, we said, what makes a top 5 player? Winning. The only strike against Caitlin Clark is that she has not won a national championship.
It's fair.
Caitlin Clark didn't take the easy route. Caitlin Clark didn't go to the UConns. She didn't go anywhere where they're getting national. She didn't go to LSU. She didn't go anywhere where they're getting player after player, Texas. She didn't go. She could have took the easy route. Caitlin Clark stayed in Iowa. Don't forget, we're talking about Iowa. They won 3 straight Big Ten tournaments. How do you even go to the NCAA finals with Iowa like that? You put any of these girls we're talking about, you put them on an Iowa team with that talent, no disrespect to all those girls. I love how they played and they beat a lot of teams. But you put them on a team like that with the same roster Caitlin Clark had, they're not doing what Caitlin Clark did. Sorry. Imagine Caitlin Clark played with a UConn or South Carolina the past her college career. Are you out your damn mind? They would have won natties after natty after natty. What are you talking about? Stop it. You guys be so full of it. She didn't win a natty, so she's not that good of a player.
That is the
Out your
only
damn
thing that you
mind.
can put against her, because the way she has dominated the record books when she was at Iowa was something you cannot duplicate. She's a 3-time NCAA scoring leader and assist leader, a true point guard for the people, 3-time All-American, 2-time Naismith Player of the Year, 2-time AP Player of the Year, all-time leading scorer. She broke the records of Kelsey Plum and Sabrina. Like, literally, there is nobody who has been such a front-facing name through a direct reflection of her skill set. But how can you be a top 5 player?
You just named all of that. And contradicted yourself and said, how can you be a top 5 player? This is about players, not team.
If you have not won a title.
So winning a title, bro, I'm going to sleep. All right, y'all. I had to do a cut because I went on a rant and I couldn't upload it. Okay? So the point is, let me calm down. You just named all of Caitlin Clark's accomplishments. You just named she pretty much accomplished more than everyone in that group on personal accomplishments, player accomplishments. And then you discredit her because she didn't win a team sport national title. But you put Breanna Stewart, all those other girls up there who have top tier WNBA players in the league on that same team, or they have multiple 5-star recruits and national players in high school on the same team. So you just discredit Caitlin Clark because she didn't win a team natty, which is absolutely crazy to me. Let's listen again. I want you to listen to this.
All-time leading
Listen to
She's
this.
a 3-time NCAA scoring leader and assist leader, a true point guard for the people, 3-time All-American, 2-time Naismith Player of the Year, 2-time AP Player of the Year, all-time leading scorer. She broke the records of Kelsey Plum and Sabrina. Like, literally, there is nobody who has been such a front-facing name through a direct reflection of her skill set. But how can you be a top 5 player if you have not won a title?
It's a great point, which is why
Does that make any sense to you guys? And this guy go, it's a great point.
I agree with you. Convince me, Ari. We're switching them back.
So that's enough to convince you, my guy, to put Caitlin Clark out of the top 5 because she didn't win a team sport. But they did a lot of winning at Iowa. They did a lot of winning with that roster. Caitlin Clark, she did all of that you just named at Iowa while being face guarded, while she's the scouting report. It wasn't Iowa, it was Caitlin Clark as the scouting report. Don't forget that. It wasn't Iowa as the scouting report. Caitlin Clark was the scouting report. How are we going to stop Caitlin Clark? That's what it came down to. We got to double team, get the ball out of the Caitlin Clark's hands. You just named all of those accomplishments on a personal player accomplishments for someone who went to Iowa and had to go up against competition against UConn, South Carolina, all the big schools out there, Tennessee, all those schools. And you're discrediting her because she didn't win a team national title. This is unbelievable. I don't even want to watch the full interview. I think it's a little disgusting. I think that we have this whole thing backwards. I think they meant team instead of player. And that's really all I got. This is... And then her attitude when she kind of saw that he put Caitlin Clark in there instead of Cheryl Miller, I just don't like it. I don't like it. It doesn't make sense to me. This is absolutely not true. This is absolutely false. ESPN, once again, you wouldn't have got any views without Caitlin Clark in the thumbnail. Respectfully, you wouldn't have got anything with Caitlin Clark not being in that title. Respectfully, and I'm one to admit it. You wouldn't have. But let's not discredit her after you just named all of her accomplishments. And she still is the NCAA leading scorer to this day. And she's not a top 5 women's college basketball player of all time. Are you out? How can you name that? And she leads, and she has records, and but she didn't win a title, guys. So she didn't win a natty, so she ain't shit. Caitlin Clark ain't shit because she didn't win a natty, guys. Remember that. I want you guys to know, when you guys have grandkids and younger kids or whatever the case is, and they ask you, who was this in college basketball? No one's going to think about Breanna Stewart being better than Caitlin Clark. No one's going to say whoever else you're putting on this list was better than Caitlin Clark. In fact, I want to see who's in the top 5. They got Maya Moore, Candace Parker, Diana Taurasi, and Cheryl Miller, and Breanna Stewart. Caitlin Clark has accomplished pretty much on a personal level more than all of them. On a personal level. Because that's what this was about. Best women's college basketball players. Not best women's college basketball team. Look, man, that's all I got. Like I said, I do have to edit this because I did lash out and I got a little frustrated. And I think some things on here are wrong. So I don't like this. Let me know what you guys think. And I'm going to go on Twitter and see what's really going on because I know they blasting on this one. I know. So, and I'm sure I'm missing so many points and topics. Remind you guys, I just got back. And all of this is going on. You know? So I could really go on the records and really dig deep into what Caitlin Clark has accomplished. And it's far more impressive that she did it at Iowa to me and stuck somewhere in the Midwest where she's from. And stuck in, where she grew up and where she's used to playing and did it with those girls and beat the teams that you guys are loaded and you guys are supposed to beat the shit out of teams like Iowa. That's more impressive to me than Breanna Stewart being on a team with 4 WNBA players at a program where UConn, where they're flooded with talent. That's more impressive to me. So, look, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. We definitely have to talk about this one in the comment section. I'm going to be back with some more videos. Hopefully you guys been well. Make sure you guys get in the gym. I'm going to catch you on the next one. I'm out, man.